Hey, good people, welcome to the channel. I'm Musically Malnourished, and you're on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists. We have made it to Mac Miller. This is his 2018 album, Swimming. This was voted in over on Patreon, so thank you so much to everybody over on Patreon, where we get to explore hundreds of hours of additional content, music videos, live performances, and more, and also they get a voice in what we listen to here on the channel. So excited. I have heard one song from Mac Miller I did a long time ago, early on in this channel, and really enjoyed it. I was very surprised at what I heard. I know, unfortunately, we did lose Mac, and this album, I believe, was released about a month before his passing. So really interested to see what's going on here. We're going to get in, give each song a listen, make a few comments along the way, but I'll be keeping notes here on my handy dandy notebook. That way, after each track, we can talk about the things that stand out and see if we can find any insider information. If you want to go to a specific track, that is in the description. I have all the timestamps there, or just press play and let's hang out together. But let's get started. This is track 1, titled Come Back to Earth.
My regrets look just like texts I shouldn't send.
Okay.
And I got neighbors that more like strangers. We could be friends. I just need a way out.
Wow.
Of my head.
It's so relatable.
Anything for a way out. Of my head. In my own way, just feel like living some alternate reality.
It's beautiful, like some kind of jazz lounge type sound.
Drowning, but now I'm swimming
Cool.
through stressful waters to relief. Yeah, all the things I do to spend a little time in hell. And what I won't tell you, I'll probably never even tell myself.
This is gonna be fun.
Don't you know that sunshine don't feel right when you're inside all day? I wish it was nice out, but it looked like rain.
It's almost this like pessimism.
Drifting, not living forever. They told me it only gets better. My regrets look just like texts I shouldn't send. And I got neighbors that more like strangers. We could be friends. I just need a way out of my head. I'll do anything for a way out of my head.
What a beautiful way to open the album, man. It's so honest and so relatable. I am curious to see how Mac is as a lyricist. I don't need super complicated rhymes. I don't need doubles and triples. That's always fun when that happens. However, if this first song is indicative of his typical writing, it's like, it's very insightful, but it's very digestible, which is probably why a lot of people related to him. And I know, you know, similar to other artists that we've lost, like Chester Bennington, that Mac's music and his words, God, it makes me emotional thinking about it. that Mac's music and his words helped give a lot of people what unfortunately he wasn't ultimately able to give himself. And I think that Mac's, though, I think his was more tied to his substance abuse, if I am recalling that correctly. But it is always tragic, you know, when somebody's music or art or voice is able to rescue so many from a fate that the person who created them wasn't ultimately able to escape. But I do believe, just from some things I read about this album, that part of what Mac is presenting here are some of the ideas, even like he said here, this feeling like swimming instead of drowning, feeling like I'm kind of on the verge, that I'm getting better. And that, again, is the tragic thing of even drug use. I had my best friend growing up. We had spent a few years apart as we were getting older, but we spent every day together from years and years and years as I was a teenager. And somewhere along the way, he had developed a substance abuse issue. My understanding was that it was for some pain that he was going through, and he ended up getting something sold to him that was laced, and it killed him. You know, he wasn't like living on the street. He wasn't a rock star partying. He was trying to self-medicate to some degree, and just, you know, as many do when it comes to overdoses or things like that, end up putting something in their system that their system just can't handle. All that being said, loved this as an opener. It's so soft. It's so forward. This cover art is really interesting to me as well. I don't know if this is... It reminds me, and it must be, I mean, you got the clouds here and that type of window. This looks like an airplane. And then obviously you got him sitting here. You got the dirty feet, which I love. So I don't know if this is an idea that he's like kind of high in the sky, but still got some dirt on his feet, or if this is like a preparing to jump. So, but ultimately I think the art's really great. Okay, let's go take a look at a few things over here. There were some lyrics that really stood out to me. So first, this says, on Come Back to Earth, Mac provides a cathartic, gentle foundation to begin swimming. The album's recurring motifs of self-care, self-acceptance, and personal liberation are introduced through the swimming metaphor. Mac also establishes the conflict between a newfound sense of optimism and his perennial challenges with depression, isolation, and addiction. What did Mac say about Come Back to Earth? In an interview with Vulture, Miller was asked if swimming, being considered a breakup record, was frustrating for him, referring to his relationship with singer Ariana Grande that ended in May 2018. He used Come Back to Earth as an example of how a song can be perceived differently based on a narrative. He said, yeah, because it's so much more than that. Been working on this album for 2 years. It frustrates me that people take something and put it into this small window narrative, but I also understand it. I'm not mad at them for it. It's kind of like the story writes itself. How can you expect people to not? I mean, I would love for people to just take the music as just the music, try and get rid of the outside context, which is impossible to do, but just try. The reality is, Come Back to Earth, the first song on the album, was one of the first things I wrote after getting back off tour from Divine Feminine. I made that song in 2016, and I wrote 11 more intros called Come Back to Earth. Then I went back to that one. I'm curious, what does a song mean to you now if you just look at it like that? The other thing that makes me curious is it less or more impactful to you? That's the kind of brain stuff for me. I'm like, okay, is this story that everyone's putting together, is it a good one? Certified 2X Platinum. I'm sure the comments are going to be filled with, obviously, the rest in peace. Song makes me cry 9 out of 10 times, hysterically crying as I write this. What should I expect from a song that starts with my regrets look just like the text I shouldn't send? Come on, feel like I'm drowning. Yeah. It's, you know, and that's so true, man. And thankfully, like my wife has always been such a great sounding board for me. It doesn't matter if it was texting somebody that I'm like in a professional, like working relationship with, or if it's family that I'm trying to figure something out or work through something. So many times, dude, when I'm unsure of something, or even if I feel very confident, but it's a situation in which I know my words could be taken a certain way, or it's just I'm trying to communicate something very clearly, I shoot it over to my wife. I'm like, hey, can you take a look at this? And most of the time it comes back with a few more exclamation marks and some things to like soften it up because I can be very like just to the point. And so there aren't too many texts that I've sent in the last several years that I regret, but there are definitely some. I got neighbors. They're more like strangers. Totally relatable, right? Like whether this is physically somebody that lives next to you or just people you encounter. But I do like this. I think the idea here is I've got people that live right next to me, but I know nothing about them. We could be friends, but I need a way out of my head. I love that, man. There are so many times, and I think this can come with a social anxiety, which is strange for me because I'm an incredibly extroverted person. I definitely need my time alone. That's a lot of where I recharge, but I love being around people and I thrive. I love making jokes and all those different things. But I found myself the other day, just because I'm in a little bit of a different season of life, we were headed out to do some July 4th festivities, and I found myself being a little bit nervous, which is not normal for me. Everything went great, had a good time with everybody, had good food, good conversation. It was a ton of fun, but it was one of the first times in a long time that I felt like, oh gosh, what if I like don't really know what to talk about or what? Because right now the main things I'm doing is YouTube. I love talking about YouTube. I just don't have a lot of people to talk about it with. Or music. I obviously have my own personal work that I do, creative work, social media and things like that for some companies. But you know, as far as like my world, it's pretty small right now. And I just found myself being kind of like, man, I don't know what I'm going to talk about and all this different stuff. So anyways, that same feeling can obviously happen in so many ways or keep you from having relationships with people, friendships with people, making new friends, or even taking advantage of opportunities in work and in life because you get this fear, right? I need a way out of my head. Sometimes it's me. I'm the one in the way. In my own, he says, in my own way, this feel like living some alternate reality. I was drowning, but now I'm swimming through stressful waters to relief. The things I do to spend a little time in hell and what I won't tell you, I'll probably never tell myself. Hell could mean Mac doing drugs, this being him at his lowest place. He admitted to stop using promethazine and cocaine, 2018. Mac died from a drug overdose, although he claimed that that's all in his past. At first when I heard this line, I thought it was this idea of like, yeah, oh, the things I do to spend a little time in hell as, let me put it this way. When I was younger, I was terrible in school. I never did my assignments. And I went through my own kind of hell, but I went through so much work to put myself in that place. The amount of like mental gymnastics and lying and deception and things to teachers and parents and to myself, like I put so much energy and so much effort into doing the wrong thing that ultimately didn't serve me well, right? Whereas if I just taken that same time, that same energy, that same attention, and just done the assignment, I would have saved myself so much trouble and probably spent less energy. I just, didn't have the ability to have that forethought, and I was always taken, which, it's still kind of the same personality I have today in some ways, that I want to do the thing I want to do, not always the thing I have to do, but the important thing is do the things you have to do so you can do the things that you want to do. And so that's how I've read it at first, is like the things I do, like the amount of energy and attention and money and all of that to kind of put myself in a bad place. I feel like that's how I was kind of reading it. And this seemed like kind of a pessimistic attitude, right? Sunshine don't feel right when you're inside all day. I wish it was nice out, but it looks like rain. And this, they told me it only gets better. I think that that is a blanket statement that is not true. It is true, and it's not true. The reality is, and for me, I've been very open on this channel. I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. Everything good in my life, I attribute to Jesus. I attribute to God's word. It has been the foundation for me to build my life upon. He has been close to me, corrected me, encouraged me, loved me, taught me, and his word has been what it says it is, a light to our path, a lamp to our feet, a light to our path. And so, the book of James says, if anyone lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives willingly. And so I've done that millions of times in my life. God, give me wisdom today. Lead me today. Guide me today. It's been the foundation of everything for me, my marriage, parenting, everything. And so, for me, I'm drawn to, what is it? I think it's Romans 28, 9, Romans 8, 9, Romans 8:28, dear Heavenly Father. But Romans 8:28 that says, all things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. But the reality within that is, it's not saying everything will go good for you. Everything will go easy for you. In fact, Jesus himself, while he was on earth, he said to his disciples, on this earth, you will face trouble, but take heart, be encouraged. I have overcome the world. So essentially through him, we can overcome anything. And ultimately the promise plays out that in all things, the good, the bad, the joys, the sorrows, the victories, the defeats, in all of it, the sum total is they will ultimately work for our good. They will refine us. And that's why you see some of the people that have gone through some of the worst things in life. It is not a celebration of the bad things that have happened, the loss that they've endured, the pain that they've had. It's not necessarily a celebration of that, but yet it is the celebration of them being able to endure and learn. And sometimes our greatest pains become our greatest ministries. Our greatest mistakes become the thing that we can learn from and then help others not make those mistakes, or help others recover once they have made those mistakes, helping show them there is still a way forward for you. This is not the end for you. Failure isn't final. It's only final when you fail to learn. That's a sentiment I've shared on this channel several times. And so the way I always view it is, in life, it's kind of like looking at stocks on the stock market. You have these graphs that if a company's successful, it kind of looks like this if you're way back, like years. But you start going into getting closer in the graph, the days or weeks or months, and it's just, oh man, I did awesome today. I'm so glad I said everything the way I wanted to say it. Dang it, today I said something really stupid and I might have really messed something up. And then it's like, okay, that person forgave me. Okay, they're still mad at me. All right, we were able to make some ground in that relation. You know what I mean? But when you come back from your life and you look, I do believe in the end, it will be this upward trajectory that we're learning, we're growing, even though we're going to have these peaks and valleys. So anyways, that was just in my mind the whole time as I was listening to this song. So beautiful writing. Well done, Mac. Let's go ahead and move into track 2. This is Hurt Feelings.
My regrets.
He's got a very calming presence.
That's just a game. Everybody tripping, throwing it away. We was getting paid the cost to see apostrophes. That means it's mine. Keep to myself, taking my time. Always into some bullshit and out of line. Driving with my eyes closed, missing all the signs. Turn the ignition, I'm driven and sitting pretty. Listening to Whitney and whipping it through the city, yeah. Man on a mission, figure it out. Putting way too much on my shoulders, please hold me down. I keep my head above the water. My eyes getting bigger, so the world is getting smaller. I be getting richer, but that only made me crazy. Mama told me I was different even when I was a baby. That Mercedes through the PA when I pull up. Sounding like a concert or a monster truck. I'm tripping, but I'm falling up. Always said I want it all, but it's not enough. Okay, yeah. I'm always saying I won't change, but I ain't the same. Everything's different, I can't complain. Don't know what you missing. Shame on you, yeah. Shame on you. Everything's strange, that's just a game. Everybody tripping, throwing it away. We was getting lifted, now we getting paid. Shame on you. We only just begun. No, we don't wanna hurt your feelings.
The beat's so smooth, man.
System belong to the king. Turn the power off and get your water from the spring. I'm bringing everyone with me when shit get iffy. I give 150%. This is the shit that I'm dealing with, but I wish I forget. Used to be feeling depressed. Now that I'm living, I'm a little obsessed. Yes, behind jacuzzis, I be hitting the jets. Showing her some love, she be giving me sex. Respect the out of 9. Don't fuck around and be a victim of your pride. Why you lying? Tell the truth and step aside. I don't got the time to let it slide. Yep, I'm too grounded. Push whips that move mountains. New cribs, blue fountains. These are my surroundings. I be going through it, you just go around it. But it's really not that different when you think about it. Change, but I ain't the same.
There's some really clever wordplay in here.
Can't complain. Don't know what you missing. Shame on you. Shame on you. Everything's strange. That's just a game. Everybody tripping, throwing it away. We was getting lifted, now we getting paid. Shame on you.
Hey, go ahead and stamp me certified Mac fan, all right? I love his style.
Hurt feelings.
Hey, if you're enjoying this video and you want access to hundreds of hours of additional content from dozens of artists, then check out my Patreon. That's where we host music videos, live performances, exclusive live streams, behind the scenes content, documentaries, and you get the ability to help vote on the albums we listen to here on the channel. Patreon is the best way to support this channel, and you can get access to the entire library, past, present, and future for just $5. Join the amazing community that we're building over there, and I try to make it worth your time and your money. All right, let's get back into it. Man, yeah, it's just his voice is so soothing. The beats are so chill. I am curious to see if he like pushes it up, you know, just because it'd be fun to hear that from him. But let's get in and take a look at what's going on here. Oh, snap. We got a J. Cole produced track. I'm curious who else is on this as well. Because is it all him? It sounds like somebody else doing some of the ad-libs and things. But is it just him? Mac talks about not changing himself to better his career. It is also his way of telling anyone who's ever doubted him in his career that he made it. All right, we got a live performance. We'll get music videos and live performances up on Patreon. Produced by J. Cole. big J. Cole fan. We've been going through all this stuff on the channel. And as of the time of this video coming out, we are continuing through J. Cole's catalog, and we'll be releasing Sideline Story in just a few days. Smooth production from Jermaine. Forever in God's Playlist. If only Cole had a verse. Yeah, it just sounded like there was a higher voice that was on it, but maybe that's, I guess it's just Mac? Let me see. Is anyone else on Mac Miller? Was it Hurt Feelings? Listeners generally agree the production and vibe on Mac Miller's Hurt Feelings are incredible. Song was co-produced by J. Cole, Devontae Hines, and John Breon. Shifting between introspection and also interpolates elements from the Carpenters' 1970 hit We've Only Just Begun. Maybe that's some of what I'm hearing? Oh, it looks like there's a video. Is this a video? Okay. Oh, we got an interview with Zane Lowe. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, let me know what it is that I'm hearing, the additional voices that are in there. All right. See, some of the things that I found really clever in this track are just these, and I don't know the best word for it. Like he'll say a few things and kind of just wrap it up with one line. Even though he does have these, I paid the cost to see apostrophes. Obviously, I paid a cost to gain more money. Meaning it's mine, like I earned it. Driving with my eyes closed, missing all the signs. What was he getting into with the Adonai line? Tripping, but I'm falling up. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Heinjeku's hitting the jets. I love that line. Down go the system. Long live the king. Turn the power off. Get your water from the spring. I'm curious, though, if this is meant to tie into... Because obviously he shouts out Adonai here. Mac was raised by a Jewish mother and Christian father. Utilizes teaching from each religion in this line. Adonai is the Hebrew word for God, while pride is considered most severe, 7 deadly sins, according to Christianity. Well, not just Christianity. I mean, technically, the verses about the 7 deadly sins are in the Old Testament, which Orthodox Jews would subscribe to. So even this idea here of the down go the system, long live the king, could even speak to the kind of systems or certain structures going down, but I don't know if the king here is he speaking about God as the king, because turn the power off, get your water from the spring could be this like disconnect from a lot of the just things that we get involved in with technology and our phones and social media and stuff. And getting water from the spring would be a very scriptural reference. Jesus encounters a woman at a well, and they begin a conversation, and he doesn't fully reveal himself, but she asks a question to him as a Jew. She's a Samaritan, and Jews and Samaritans were not supposed to speak to each other. And also Jesus kind of having a conversation with a woman was also looked down upon by religious leaders. And she begins to ask him some spiritual questions, and slowly he reveals to himself to her, because she's like, tell me, where should we worship God? Some say on this place, the others say this place. And he says, as he's asking her for a drink of water, to drink from me, and I will create in you a spring of life that will well up to eternal life. Essentially, he's going to put this spring of water in her, in those who follow him and believe in him, that just produces life. It's this spring of joy, this spring of peace, this spring of love, and it just wells up inside of us. And so this idea of going to the spring, going to the source, going to the Savior to get your water, that which satisfies you, versus all the things in life we try to satisfy ourselves with. I don't know 100% if that's the direction he's going, but when I first heard it, especially connecting respect to Adonai, I'm throwing that in there, I think that there could be some hint toward that of just at least drinking from things that matter in life versus all the things that we pursue that don't. Okay, man, another great song. Yeah, I'm on board with Mac. All right, let's get to track 3. This is titled What's the Use? Dude, these tracks are so good. I'm a sucker for a sick bass line.
Hey, you can love it, you can leave it. They're saying nothing without it. Don't let them keep you down. What if I don't need it? There's something about it that just freaks me out. I just want another minute with it. Fuck a little, what's the use? Never superficial, you won't know it when it hits you. Get a little sentimental when I'm up.
Talking about drug use or alcohol.
Yeah. Okay, we're colder than the breeze, but the breeze ain't flowing like me, motherfucker. Hold up. You don't need
Sounds a little like Bruno Mars.
Yeah. And I can show you how I seem, what it is, what it truly might be. Nothing that you know of. You don't need to hold up. I'm so above and beyond. You take drugs to make it up, way up where we on. Space shuttle Elon. Time we don't waste much. Fuck when we wake up. Then I have her sang just like Celine Dion. Catch me if you can, but you'll never catch me. Damn. Whole lot of yes I am. All the way in with no exit plan. Already left and the jet don't land. Yeah, the time is ticking. Come take a ride, get inside. This is highly different. I'm talking fly, got a pilot with him. Can I mind my business? Why you tripping? Give you something that your eyes can witness. Ooh, you too close. I don't understand why you're doing the most. You can love it, you can leave it. They're saying nothing without it. Don't let them keep you down.
Man, he's got such a unique voice.
I don't need it.
Fluctuating from these real lows to highs.
Freaks me out. I just want another minute with it. Fuck a little, what's the use?
Little rasp in there.
Never superficial, you won't know it when it hits you. Get a little sentimental when I'm off the juice. Well, I'ma give you what you came for. Yeah, should I work too hard to have a clue who you are? Set the bar so far above par. We could parlay all day, crib long range with the yard. I know I should probably pray more, but you gotta love me. Cause I say that they spend money. When I had nothing, shit, it wasn't so funny. Made a promise to the homies, nobody go hungry. Look how far we came. Still they throwing dirt on my name, but it never worried my brain. Heads turning like a hurricane, swerving till the sun get up out of my shade. They don't get the picture, cut them out of that frame. Shit, I'm up 30,000 miles plus change. It's been a while, but I'm down till I'm out. And it is what it is till it ain't.
Oh, we're definitely dropping back down into that beat.
You can love it. They're saying nothing without it. Don't let them keep you down. What if I don't need it? There's something about it that just freaks.
I'm a sucker for some distorted keys too.
I just want another minute with it. Fuck a little, what's the use? What's the use? Never superficial, you won't know when it hits you. Get a little
Okay, this could have to do with drug use. It could have to do with love. It could have to do with sex. I don't know. Those are three possible options. Let's go take a look, though. And the reason I speak about drugs, not necessarily in a way because I know Mac was trying to clean things up here, but if you're writing about the feeling of being off and remembering like how it made you feel when you were on it, and especially even the lines in here about what was he saying? Like, what if I don't need it? But I don't know. Then there was some kind of, obviously some relationship type stuff in here. Snoop Dogg? Excuse me? Okay, I can hear it now. Man, it was in there very subtly. All right, let's see. So what's the use? Was teased as the follow-up to the album's first single, Self-Care, with guest appearance by Thundercat, Snoop Dogg, and Sid. Premiered a week later via Apple Music. Okay, there's the podcast and the Tiny Desk concert. Okay, that's all the information we're getting there. Me when the beat drops. The funk is real. Yeah, 100%. So let's take a look for a second. So you can love it, you can leave it. They say you're nothing without it. This is what was kind of leading me toward maybe it has something to do with drug use, right? Because those all kind of fit that idea. Don't let them keep you down. What if I don't need it? There's something about it that just freaks me out. The same with drugs, but also there is an interesting, I mean, it's a connection to love as well. You just want another minute with it? What's the use? Never superficial. You're going to know it when it hit you. Again, that was leading me toward the idea of drug use, but it can fit the same with love. And then I see this get a little sentimental when I'm off the juice. So that was the thing there to me, is like maybe he's speaking about being off of drugs and the feeling of drugs, but can still go toward love. Let's see if we can get any clarity. The chorus explores Mac's ambiguous relationship with drugs and alcohol. In an attempt to get clean, Mac finds himself craving just another minute under the influence. Here he doesn't see the point of using substances in moderation. In Mac's opinion, you're either an addict, you love it, or you're sober. You leave it, without any gray area in between. Mac is known as an alcoholic, exhibited by his DUI from May 2018. It's likely that juice refers to alcohol. Since alcohol is psychoactive, many people report a stark change in their emotions when they're drunk. Yeah, but also juice is used a lot as like the, is it hydro? I forget that, like the purple drink. But I guess it can also just refer to alcohol. Because the syrup, what is syrup slang for? We've seen this in many rap songs. Syrup slang for drugs. Come on. Yeah, lean. That's what I'm thinking of. So, I don't know. Could also be referencing a drink like that. All right, another smooth one. Yeah, when I listen back through that, I'm going to have to listen closely for Snoop Dogg. All right, track 4. This is Perfecto.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, it ain't perfect, but I don't mind, because it's worth it. Who really has the time at all? It ain't perfect, but I don't mind, cause on the surface I look so fine, but really I'm bugging, making something out of nothing.
Yep, as hard as it gets, cool, calm, and collected. Holding my breath, this ain't what I expect.
Oh, I love how he rolled those.
Pull my heart out my chest. The cards is all on the table, I'm calling it. Don't say it, I swallow it. When living off of borrowed time, often I'm on the fence, on the line, adding up what's on my mind. My feet on the clouds, head on the ground. Yeah, we going down, bet you know me now.
I'm treading water, I swear that if I drown, I don't care. They calling for me from the shore, I need more. Well, it ain't perfect, but I don't mind, because it's worth it.
Is it?
The questioning.
Who really has the time at all?
Is it?
It ain't perfect, but I don't mind, cause on the surface I look so fine, but really I'm bugging, making something out of nothing.
Yeah, it felt like the weekend on a Tuesday. I could move dates, I got something else to do, they always do hate if I do say. The dudes say with the homies like it's Kool-Aid. Me, I'm just trying to play it cool, J.
Anyways,
yeah, mind over matter, I'm purer than alkaline. Been stuck on album time, I gotta get out to shine. Fly on the wall, shit, I was bugging. Miss me like you getting withdrawal, I keep that coming, yeah.
I'm treading water, I know. If I stop moving, I'll float. Ain't nothing new.
Just play it cool, baby. Just play it cool. You know? Cool.
Well, it ain't perfect, but I don't mind, because it's worth it.
I love, man. He just sounds like he's having fun.
The time at all. It ain't perfect, but I don't mind.
I always love when there is very serious, very professional delivery, but also doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah. Tell me you love me, spin me around. Pretty please pick me up in the air and don't put me down. Seen it all unfold, sat back and watched. Knowing time don't give a fuck about clocks until they stop. Bare feet, running late, her car started even though the only thing that she driving a hard bargain. More important is I'm kinda sorta out the door, but she put me back together when I'm out of order. Perfect.
So cool. So yeah, it seems part of the song kind of speaks to this idea of like looking like you're doing okay on the surface, but underneath you're treading water, trying to make something out of nothing, right? Just feeling of like, dude, I feel like a fragmented human right now and I am just scraping by. There kind of has a bit of a feeling of that. I love too that description of I'm on album time, which I would take to mean probably like, which is why he says feels like a Saturday, but it's a Tuesday. That when you're on a project like this, you know, it's probably, I know a lot of people end up doing the studio at like 6 in the evening until like early morning, and then will sleep during the day and stuff. It's just whenever they feel, I guess, most inspired or trying to sync up people's schedules and things like that. So I know a lot of artists can just get in these really crazy hours and things like that. And so maybe that's what he's speaking about, being on album time. And also he had that one part where he bent the words, which I love hearing stuff like that and kind of learning these techniques. Where was it at? He said, man, maybe it was here. Cool, calm, and collected. Holding my teeth. This ain't what I expected. which is helpful because it flows with the beat versus being cool, calm, and collected, holding my breath. This ain't what I expected. I think it just flows really well, and I'll replay it real quick to just roll these off at the end.
As hard as it gets, cool, calm, and collected. Holding my breath, this ain't what I expected. Don't argue.
It just helps with two very sharp words, collected, expected. I don't know. I think little techniques like that come very natural to some people. To me, though, it's like just helps you remember this like trick you can add in your bag that if something doesn't feel like it's fitting well, like you can roll it, you can change it and switch the enunciations and things like that to make things fit a beat. Some of the things I love seeing most from rap and hip hop artists. All right, let's take a look here. It says Mac delves into his perspective on relationships, commenting on both his relationship with drugs and Ariana Grande, which, you know, he was saying it really isn't about that, but maybe there is some genesis, not that the whole album's about her, but even to the thoughts of relationships and feelings. So, you know, some of it could even subconsciously point back to that. Mac, but I don't want to center the album on that because he said himself that's not what it's centered on. Mac discusses his sub-perfect relationships while highlighting their worth and his contentment with the negative aspects. Looks like maybe a music video. Astro World can't compare to this album because they came out around the same time, right? Let's just enjoy them both, you know? Does this song sample the drums from the Kid Cudi song called Is There Any Love featuring Wale? Sounds like the same drum beat from that song, but just slowed down in this case. Somebody said this song's very relatable. What I've pulled from it is that, of course, nothing is perfect, but there's so many of us who try to play it cool on the outside, but on the inside we're screaming for help. Don't say it, swallow it. There's so many things we just don't even bother to confront, whether it be due to pride or for the sake of not arguing. I don't know, I just really miss Mac a lot. Always been a favorite artist of mine. It's extremely heartbreaking not having him here with us anymore. If I do say with the homies like it's Kool-Aid. Mind over matter, I'm purer than alkaline. Been stuck on album time. Gotta get out to shine. The time leading up to releasing an album, Mac locks himself in the studio and is hard at work perfecting his art. He stayed up through the nights working on Swimming, even slept in his studio for 2 months. Yeah, I so totally understand that. Refers to his battles with insomnia throughout the discography. Yeah, Mac struggles with insomnia, trying to maintain a normal schedule, but at the same time is more creative during the night and prefers it anyway. I love the night, man. When everybody's asleep and it's quiet, I do feel very creative in the night, but I have 3 kids, and so I suffer for it the next day. I'm not really at a place in life that I could just stay up till early hours of the morning where I'm not going to be any good for anybody. All right, let's move into track 5. This is Self-Care. Mac got me vibing, dude.
Climbing over that wall. I remember, yes, I remember it all. Swear the hype be too tall. So like September I fall down below. Now I know that the medicine be on call. Yeah. feeling like you hot enough to melt, yeah. Can't trust no one, can't even trust yourself, yeah.
Wow.
Love you, I don't love nobody else, yeah. Tell them they can take that bullshit elsewhere. Self-care, I'm treating me right, yeah. Hell yeah, we gonna be alright.
Gon' be alright. I switched the time zone, but what do I know? Spending nights hitchhiking, where will I go? I could fly home with my eyes closed, but it get kinda hard to see. There's no surprise though, and you can find me.
Dude, those high notes are so good. They're just perfectly layered.
I be gliding, I just slide in, and then I roll out.
Yeah, I be reading them signs. I be losing my mind. Yeah, get the fuck out the way. Must be this how to play. It must be nice up above the lights and what a lovely life that I made. Yeah, I know that feeling like it's in my family tree. Yeah, that Mercedes drove me crazy. I was speeding. Somebody save me from myself. Yeah, tell them they can take that bullshit elsewhere. Self-care, we gonna be good.
I feel that, man. Yeah, you just take that somewhere else, dude.
They letting me.
We gotta get a big switch up in this song.
I switched the time zone, but what do I know? Spending nights hitchhiking, where will I go? I could fly home with my eyes closed, but it get kinda hard to see. There's no surprise though, and you can find me. I ain't hiding, I don't move my feet when I be gliding. I just slide in, and then I roll out.
I knew it, dude. There's so much time left in the song.
I didn't know, I didn't know. I didn't
Smooth
know,
transition.
didn't know. Yeah. Well, didn't know what I was missing. Now I see a little different. I was taking too much. Got stuck in oblivion, yeah, yeah. Oblivion.
Shout out to Elder Scrolls.
Oblivion, yeah, yeah. I got all the time in the world, so for now I'm just chilling. Plus I know it's a beautiful feeling. In oblivion, yeah, yeah. Oblivion, yeah, yeah. Oblivion, yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay, I ride around my city when I come home, yeah. The sunset quickly, then get up slow, yeah. I just connect and upload. Watch it spin around. We just spin it round, yeah. Let's go and travel through the unknown, yeah. We play it cool, we know we fucked up, yeah. You keep on saying you in love, so tell me, are you really down? Are you really down? Yeah. Let's go back to my crib and play some 45s. It's safe in here, I know there's still a war outside. We spend our nights all liquored up on morning side. Can you feel it now? Oblivion, yeah, yeah. Oblivion, yeah, 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 yeah.
Dude, so talented. Wow.
I got all the time in the world, so for now I'm just chilling. Plus I know it's a beautiful feeling. In oblivion, yeah, yeah. Oblivion, yeah, yeah. Oblivion, yeah, yeah.
Man, it's such an interesting song because it's titled Self-Care, and there are obviously some aspects within it that focus on self-care, even like telling people take the BS somewhere else. That's part of self-care, is like, nah, dude, I don't have time to deal with that. Setting up certain boundaries and things. But then there seems to be this idea of self-destruction. You know, this spending our nights liquored up, our mornings high, this feeling of oblivion, but loving this place of oblivion and feeling like I got all the time in the world. I don't know, it's just the title being self-care, and yet this kind of self-destruction in it, maybe even a way being painted as this like self-care, but existing in this place of oblivion, or this place that you know is not going to end well, creates a really interesting kind of duality. It says self-care is Mac spreading a message about overcoming hardship, self-control, being aware of how to handle yourself. When tweeting about their relationship, Ariana states that Mac's inability to keep his stuff together was a significant reason why the relationship broke down, and self-care could also be Mac's way of trying to learn from that mistake. The music video that was released alongside with the single, Mac is buried in a pine box to symbolize how the media tried to assassinate his character. In the casket, Mac lights a cigarette despite having no source of oxygen, displaying he's confident he will overcome his obstacles and make it out. With his knife, he carves Memento Mori into the lid, which translates to remember that you have to die, and he punches through it to save himself, a symbol of showing that he refuses to die anytime soon. I have heard this song before, and I did a reaction to the music video. It was back when I was doing things a bit different on the channel, and I kind of had a few videos a week that were just kind of random songs and music videos and things, before really settling into the album reaction space. So I totally forgot about this, but I remember specifically the imagery of him being in that box and lighting a cigarette in the box and all of that. So it's really interesting, man. Listening to Mac evolve once again is beautiful. Yeah, I love the beat switch. Yeah, and he tied it back in really well. Because I remember one time somebody said, which I think is a good observation, if you're going to have a beat switch, it needs to elevate the song. It doesn't just need to be a beat switch because it's like, ooh, beat switch. And him retying the Oblivion back in at the end, I think did really well. So switch the time zone, but what do I know? Spending nights hitchhiking, where will I go? I could fly home with my eyes closed, but it'd get kind of hard to see. That's no surprise, though. You could find me, I ain't hiding. I don't move my feet when I be gliding. I just slide in and roll out. Out on the road, I don't see. So we got Devonte Hines. Looks like Jid is on this as well. I'm not picking up these features very well, but they're not listed on the track list. And I keep wondering, I'm like, am I hearing other people? Or am I just hearing Mac doing doubles, like layered vocals? I love Jid. All right. Let's move into track 6. This is Wings.
Yeah. Well, I got a bone to pick like roses. I ain't feeling broken no more. Bought a fist that got spin, I noticed. Talking shit, I wander through the motives. Wonder who the fuck I'm supposed to be. I ain't worried.
Wander through the motives, such a good line.
Feel the breeze with something bad beside next to me. Wind in my face. Don't stop now when I feel so great. You can run till you slip on the sidewalk, and the same bone that you pick on break. That's a motif. Yeah. When it's coming right back. So familiar, never been realer. Never felt so damn good where I'm at. I don't know what it's all about. Running through too many thoughts to count.
That's way better.
Still ain't adding up. I'll let you know when I had enough. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Well, I put some money on forever, but hey.
Don't like to gamble on the weather.
Man, what does this remind me of?
Just watch. Well,
The sun is shining, I can look at the horizon. The walls keep getting wider, I just hope I never find them, I know.
hey.
Well, these are my wings. These are my wings. Yeah. These are my wings.
Yeah. Well, moving so fast, the clock looks slow. Slow. Water my seeds till the flowers just grow. Yeah, love so much that my heart get broke. I don't really know how the normal shit go. So, I guess I just play it by ear. Silence is all that I hear. Listening close as I can. Growing up,
1, 2, 3.
jump. Nobody holding my hand, no. Trust is a problem, never knew how. Yeah. That's why I just keep to myself. Get what I need, and I'll be out. Who can search the universe with me? Lucifer's human, so are we. All I ever want is what I need, and that don't include your time and company. Follow me, we on the up and up. Remember when I owed $100? Now I look around like, what the fuck? If you don't fuck with me, you fucking up.
I know I need to watch my temper.
His voice is so good.
Don't ever gamble on the weather.
But I just watch. Wow,
The sun is shining, I can look at the horizon. The walls keep getting wider, I just hope I never find them, no, no.
Instead of the walls closing in on you, it feels like his horizon's broadening.
These are my wings. These are my wings. These are my wings.
These sound like live instrumentations, like they recorded them for the album, not stock bass sounds and things. Need to remember to keep looking at who's producing on these. So for the last track, according to the album notes, DJ Dahi produced part 1, Self-Care, and E. Dan of ID Labs and Nostalgic produced part 2. Okay. Nice Rec provided additional. So then here, we've got Alexander Spit producing. I'm curious when he's saying these are my wings, if he's trying to say like, look, these are my wings, or if he's referencing these, like is these an object or a person? Wings sees Mac finally admitting his emotional wounds have almost completely healed. He's moved on from the darkest part of his life, that the future will only be better for him. So by ending the song, by solidifying the imagery of his wings a final time, Mac is reminding us that after he's been talking about all the struggles and pain, he's okay. He's using his wings, the positive things in his life, things that help him cope. So he's fine. He's counting his blessings. Yeah, okay. So I guess when he's saying, these are my wings, because it doesn't feel like he's directly referencing anything in the verses leading, or in the verses leading up. I think when he's just saying, these are my wings, he's just saying like, I have wings. I'm flying now. I don't feel so grounded. Grounded in the bad way, not in like a feeling connected. You can run till you slip on the sidewalk, the same bone you pick gon' break. That's a motif. A motif is a tool used to create imagery through repetition. In this case, he's referencing the first line in the verse, repeating the idea of bones. The first being picking a bone, the second referencing breaking that same bone. The word motif itself also repeats in this line. As far as the walls getting wider, the imagery Max sets to the listener is one of emotional claustrophobia. The ever-growing self-isolation that appears right in Max's face is something he's scared of that he does anything he can to avoid that feeling. Loneliness, dejection is something most people can relate to. Depressive episodes involve a lot of that notion of loneliness and feeling accepted. Somebody proposed a suggestion. When somebody says they've reached a ceiling or a wall, it means they're stuck. They can't go any further. In this line, I believe Mac is saying he's consistently surpassing different levels, going deeper, and deeper, and he never wants it to end. Whether this is a reference to his music and career, substance abuse, something else, or maybe all of the above is up to anybody's interpretation, I suppose. Yeah, this is what I thought of, right? The sun's shining. I can look at the horizon. The walls are getting wider. I just hope I never find them. Like he can just keep, I guess, like I said, it's just broadening the horizons. The opportunities in front of him feel boundless, openless, and he hopes he doesn't hit the wall again. Man, what a great beat as well. I loved all the little like electronic kind of sizzles and things that were going on in there. All right, let's get into track 7. This is Ladders.
Somehow we gotta find a way, no matter how many miles it takes. I know it feels so good right now, but it all come falling down when the night meet the light, turn the day.
Gosh, dude.
Can't stop, then you won't stop. I know just how that feel when you're on top till the ball drop. You never seen it be so real. It feels so good right now, but it all come falling down when the night meet the light, turn the day. Feel it a little, feel it a lot. I'm swimming a bit, but deeper in thought. Keeping my head on top of my shoulders. Into some shit, I'm out of the box. This the level I'm on, needing it all right now and forever is gone. Baby, the weather is strong, whether it's hot or cold, we're coming knocking on your door. Well, I'ma maintain how I'm staying so high. Built the ladder all the way up till we touching the sky.
Wasn't expecting that.
You in love with a lie. All I wanna do is free your mind. We don't see no lines, we don't color inside. It's a very small world, we don't fuck with the size. Yeah, see the bigger picture when it's beneficial. Loving how it fits you, blow the whistle when you run out of time. Yeah, waking up, I open up my eyes. Do you mind if I blow your mind? A little closer, baby, don't be shy. Why you worried that it's gonna be fine? I guess that kind of day, that's really all I'm trying to say. We don't have a lot of time to waste. Somehow we gotta find a way. Somehow we gotta find a way. No matter how many miles it takes. I know it feels so good right now, but it all come falling down when the night meet the light, turn the day. I wouldn't wait forever, just shoot your shot. We don't need no more, no extras. We all we got.
Just great jazzy sound, man. Some cool synth work just bouncing back and forth.
All the lights flickering, hitting the right switches. I'm living this life different and missing the flight, bullshitting. I had a plan to change, you can't stand the rain. Little delay, but I came and you cool with it. I don't trip, flip, or lose my grip. And I don't know it all, but I do know this. Before you know me, better know self. I've been in this shit so long that it don't smell. Turn a hotel to a castle. Living like a king for a grand. I don't through, nothing that's a hassle. Besides, even that castle made it sand. Just might slip into the sea. Fuck it all if it all ain't me. Maybe we inside the maze. Somehow we gotta find a way. Okay.
Somehow we gotta find a way. No matter how many miles it takes. I know it feels so good right now, but it all come falling down. When the night meet the light, turn the day. I wouldn't wait forever. Just shoot your shot. We don't need no more, no extras. We all we got.
Man, I'm just constantly struck with how unique his songs sound. And I was not expecting him to have such a great singing voice, especially in that higher range. He creates such a great flow and a bounce with everything. The production and instrumentation, all of that is just so good and tight, and a lot of unique elements within it. So it looks like his final televised appearance before his death, Mac performed Ladders on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert with the in-house band John Batiste. That's awesome. I'm familiar with John Batiste primarily through him working with John Bellion. Produced by Pomo and John Brion. Sounds like he was talking about a number of different things within this. So Mac uses ladders as metaphors for life. There's an increasingly beautiful view the higher you climb, but along with the climb come the fear of heights, not to mention the higher you climb, the higher the fall. You still have to find a way up. Well, and it sounded too like he was mentioning kind of the struggle beginning when the day starts. Somehow we got to find a way no matter how many miles it takes. I know it feels so good right now, but it all comes falling down when the night meet the light, turn to day. This adds to Mac using ladders as a metaphor for life. Life may feel good, you may feel happy right now, but no one knows what's around the corner. Could fall off the ladder at any time. Another person said, not sure, but I think there might be a drug reference there as well, as in reaching the high which inevitably comes down. That's an interesting thought. But this right here, when the night meet the light, turn to day, so cool. Man, I wish we were getting more like quotes from interviews and things from Mac. Said the song is something else. Lyrics, instruments, it's classic. Crying and shaking my head at the same time. Song's so good, in love with production. I like every song so far off this album. Guess I'm a Mac stan now. Me too. All right, let's keep climbing the ladder. This is track 8, titled Small Worlds.
Yeah. The world is so small till it ain't. Yeah. I'm building up a wall till it break. She hate it when I call and it's late. I don't wanna keep you waiting. I hope I never keep you waiting.
Such a different feel on this one.
I think I know it all. out, but I don't.
But I love this relaxed type of rap.
Why you always at the mall when you're broke?
Is he talking to me?
Yeah.
Because I want to look.
And I just wanna ball, maybe dunk, but I never been tall. Yeah, I might trip, I never fall. God knows I came close.
Don't try this at home.
I know I probably need to do better. Fuck whoever, keep my shit together. You never told me being rich was so lonely. Nobody know me. Oh well, hard to complain from this 5-star hotel.
Wow.
I'm always in a rush, I've been thinking too much. But keep it on the hush, no one need to know, just us. That's really all it takes. We don't need nothing but today. The world is so small, till it ain't. I'm building up a wall, till it break. She hate it when I call, and it's late. I don't wanna keep you waiting. I hope I never keep you waiting. Playing till I'm out of moves, no need for shame. I get more peace at slow speeds. Go beat the game, young control freak. It's cold in my veins, I'm below freezing. Snow season made me. They know that I so need my space. Don't wanna grow old, so I smoke just in case. She say that I glow below the waist, and the stroke is just so PGA. All I got is
golf reference.
Little bit of space and time, drawing shapes and lines of a world we made. Tomorrow may be right around the corner, but I swear it's gonna be worth it if I make you wait. There's somewhere above, you keep reaching up. That's really all it takes. We don't need nothing but today. The world is so small, till it ain't. I'm building up a wall, till it break. She hate it when I call, and it's late. I don't wanna keep you waiting. I hope I never keep you waiting. Yeah, 9 times out of 10 I get it wrong. That's why I wrote this song. Tell myself to hold on. I can feel my fingers slipping in a motherfucking instant, I'll be gone. Do you want it all if it's all mediocre? Staring at the wall in the wall full of posters. Looking at my dreams, who I wanna be. I guess you gotta see it to believe. Ooh, I've been a fool, but it's cool, that's what human beings do. Keep your eyes to the sky, never glued to your shoes. Guess there was a time when my mind was consumed, but the sun coming out now, clouds start to move. Don't tell me nothing but the truth. I'm tired, I don't got a spare second. Win or lose, I don't keep count, nobody checking.
Again, a song that seems to have several different kind of meanings within it. But one of the ones that stands out to me, first and foremost, is the world's small till it isn't, till it ain't. To me, sounds like partly, and he speaks to this as well in other ways in the song, kind of fame, you know, and this gradually then suddenly. I heard that the other day on a podcast or something, and that's a lot of times how things work in life, right? You're gradually working towards something, and then suddenly it happens. You're gradually building a skill, and then suddenly you get the call or the text or the email, the job, the interview. And even within music, you're gradually working and creating, and then suddenly you get noticed by somebody, and maybe boom, things blow up for you. And the world's small till all of a sudden it isn't. or even could be speaking to just understanding more within life, especially as you get older. The world's very small. And then as you get older, it's like all of a sudden you realize, oh, it isn't. You know, a lot of times you kind of become disillusioned to the world as you get older and you start seeing more, especially when you start seeing more of the negative. Maybe the world's very small, and speaking from my own personal experiences with people as a very trusting person, a very open person, I've learned, you know, to not be as open with just anybody, because I've had my openness, my vulnerability weaponized against me. And so I'm not as quick to trust. It's not that I look at everybody through this bitter lens, but I do try to use more wisdom and making sure a person can prove that they're trustworthy before giving information that needs to be held with trust. And so the world was small until all of a sudden I'm like, that's not so small anymore. And so he also seems to speak to kind of the emptiness that can come with having everything. This idea of nobody really knowing him, even though there's a lot of people that know him, there aren't a lot of people that know him. And he said, but it's kind of hard to complain in this 5-star hotel, right? It says Small Worlds was released in 2018 along with Buttons and Programs, breaking his silence in the wake of his very public rupture with Ariana Grande, subsequently DUI crash, marking his first release since his 2016 album, The Divine Feminine. Song features a slow tempo, somber mood as Mac discusses his flaws, showing the listener he's aware of the issues he's caused following a highly problematic month. Produced by Carter Lang and Tay Beast. So he's got a lot of people working with him on this album. One of the most underrated rappers of recent times. Past 6 years, he released nothing but great, consistent material. The white dude's music I care about the most. Grammy level, no discussion. Yeah, and they're obviously speaking to the verse. What did he say specifically in it? Yeah, this, I can feel my fingers slipping in an instant, I'll be gone. Which, you know, through listening to this, I don't want to constantly keep referencing or going back to everything, you know, speaking those lines. Because when he said that, I was like, oh, man, you know. And there's been other times, the idea of like, I got plenty of time, like he referenced in another song, but I don't want to keep bringing it back to that. However, that is, you know, in the back of my mind with a lot of this. I'm trying to kind of hear it and appreciate it apart from some of those things that are kind of these, you know, omens of something bad that came. Okay, this next one, track 9, Conversation, Part 1.
We ain't on the same shit, no way. You ain't from my planet, we don't speak the same language. This is an occasion, ain't it? I'm feeling good and hated. Shit, I don't recognize these faces. Yeah, where you from, who you came with? Started in the basement, made it way above the top. Now I'm in the spaceship, and the spaceship, shit is space.
That's so cool.
All you do is sit around the house, you getting faded. That ain't entertainment, yeah. You missing every single shot that you ain't taking. Hey kid, you could use a little bit of your imagination. It could do you right, improve a life you busy wasting. Said it's your money if you make it, otherwise it's just a conversation. Okay, why you always hating?
The minimal drums, like the live drums,
I'll be running out of patience.
the little hi-hat lifts.
Money till you make it, otherwise it's just a conversation. We ain't on the same shit, no way. You ain't from my planet, we don't speak the same language. This is an occasion, ain't it? I'm feeling good and hated. Shit, I don't recognize these faces. Where you from? Who you came with? Started in the basement, made it way above the top. Now I'm in the spaceship, in the spacious, shit is spacious. Everybody famous, everybody wild, everybody dangerous. Get a couple dollars, now they act strangers. Now they wanna give a couple statements. When you really bout it, you don't say shit. Pocket full of aces, take over my city, yeah, that's really home invasions. All my homies with me getting busy, no vacations. They ain't on my wave, but they waving. Stop it, boy, you running through your savings. Yeah, I just feel amazing. My head up in the clouds, but my feet be on the pavement. Yeah, it ain't your money till you make it. Otherwise, it's just a conversation. We ain't on the same shit. No way. You ain't from my planet, we don't speak the same language. This is an occasion, ain't it? I'm feeling good and hated. Shit, I don't recognize these faces. Yeah, where you from? Who you came with? Started in the basement, made it way above the top. Now I'm in the spaceship, in the spacious, shit is spacious.
Such an eclectic beat. At first I thought it was kind of being framed as like a conversation to himself, but it sounds like it's partly to people kind of wasting their time, like he's trying to speak to people, but it also seems like he's trying to speak to those that just kind of want to hate on him. The best word that I have for this, and I know it's not necessarily the right word, is ghost drums, because it's so far back in the mix. You've got these great like acoustic type elements going on. You've got the electronic drums, but then in the very back, you have this live kit that you can just barely hear, except for, you know, especially the hi-hat open and close, and then a little cymbal hit, which I love, you know. And in my kind of, I've been on my own journey of making music. Those little things like stand out to me because they immediately make me want to go like, oh, like, let me go try that. Let me just pull the live drums way back in the kit, like keep the electronic drums and stuff. It was just so unique. Let's see who was working on this one. Produced by Cardo Got Wings and Young Exclusive. Says on Conversation Part 1, Mac finds himself dropping braggadocious knowledge on his fans by reminding everyone he's on another plane of existence. The Pittsburgh native sounds mature and assured of his success and the lessons he's learned, making this vibe of a conversation a perfect single. A spacey saxophone sample plays peacefully over the resplendent instrumental created by the Diamond producer Cardo and Young Exclusive, a duo that has previously produced hits like Travis Scott's Goosebumps or Schoolboy Q's That Part. Can't wait for part 2. So hurt we won't be getting a part 2. Mac, you're sorely missed. Yeah, that's what I thought when I read part 1. I was hoping that maybe in some of the posthumous work they've put together, there was a part 2. Yeah, man, it's so good. And I was wondering, I feel like I've heard this line. Where you from? Who you came with? Okay, I didn't know if it was like I'd heard this from another song and like maybe it was kind of an ode to it. It sounds familiar to me. Then you got the spaceship, which makes me think of Kanye's. Obviously, they don't sound anything alike. I love that end of the line, though. Shiz is spacious. All right, track 10. This is Dunno.
Yeah. She do whatever she like, and that just don't seem right. Yeah, make people so mad. Yeah, they want it so bad. Well, we was fucking, almost missed my flight. I wasn't even tripping, I said it's alright. Yeah, goddamn, we was hit last night. Wouldn't you rather get along? Wouldn't you rather get along? You was coughing when you hit my weed, but I've never seen you feel that free. You're so cute, you wanna be like me. Wouldn't you rather get along? Wouldn't you rather get along? Until there is no longer. Let's get lost inside the cloud. And you don't gotta work harder. I can calm you down. Yeah. Well, I was busy when you hit my phone, but you missed me, told me come back home. Yeah, and you don't really like to sleep alone, but I'm taking too long. I'm always taking too long. Yeah. Baby, we don't need a trip, we could be right here. When the shit get weird, we can switch up gears. I wanna see them lips kissing ear to ear. I wanna hear your song. Oh, I wanna feel just how you feel. Touch you one more time so I know you're real. We could spin that wheel, wouldn't you rather get along?
Spin that wheel, like to see if we can make it again this time.
There's no longer. Let's get lost inside the cloud. And you don't gotta work harder. I can calm you down. I think we just might be alright. Thank God. I think we're gonna be alright. Alright, okay. Hold me close, don't hold your breath. This really your favorite. I know.
Oh my gosh, man. I don't even know Mac that well. I'm getting emotional though. It's just such a talent, man. Such a talent. How much did we get from him before he passed? Wow, I mean, a pretty strong body of work here. 2010, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, and then these were the... That's a lot of posthumous work, man. What do you guys think about it? How it's like those bags, the plastic takeout bags and stuff. How do you guys feel about, you know, the work released after his passing? From my understanding, it was, I guess, his estate or maybe even some family and things that were working on it. So I'm sure, obviously, it's been done very tastefully. But let me know your thoughts on it. This song in particular sounds like a bit of a kind of relational tug of war. Is it Dunno? Produced by Mac Miller and Parson Brown. Also, does Mac do all of his own writing? If so, man, he's a great songwriter. Seems as if Mac has dedicated this entire song to Ariana Grande. Again, I don't really want to read that far into it because he kind of purposefully said that's not what it's all about. But I guess that doesn't necessarily rule out that there aren't songs in here about that or reminiscent of that, even if the whole thing's not centered on that. He reminisces about times he was carefree whenever she was around, mentions some experiences they had together. It's very expressive and direct in this particular song, unlike some of the cryptic lyrics in the previous parts of the album. Love this song. Miss You, song's fire, giving me missed call vibes from Blue Slide Park. This song isn't in a romantic comedy by the end of the year. There just isn't a God. Oh, man. Yeah, this album's so good, man. And there are some really fun, like, dance stuff in here, but all in all, it's very calming. All right, track 11. This is Jet Fuel. Ever since starting this channel, I have fallen back in love with physical media, vinyls and CDs in particular, which is why I'm really excited to be an affiliate with vinyl.com. You can browse an extensive library of beautiful vinyls, CDs, accessories, and more. And as a partner of this channel, vinyl.com is offering 10% off for anyone who uses my code malnourished at checkout. You can also check the description for a link or scan the QR code on the screen. It's got to be a sample.
Yeah. Used to wanna be a superhero, flying around with a cape, catching bad guys. Now my head underwater, but I ain't in the shower and I ain't getting baptized.
Wow,
it's
great.
The bad times, all the cuts, broken bones, and the black eyes. Young motherfucker with a mad mind, made a couple million off of rap lines. Y'all can't tell me nothing no more. Came from the basement, under that floor. You don't come close, you don't need to know I'm the GOAT. You don't need to know how I go, cause you know what you want. All I wanna do is the most. Backflip off the rope, sky hook when I'm in the post. Yeah, my girl too clutch to choke. And I ain't calling it quits. You can build a wall with your bricks. Well, I keep talking that shit. It's like this. Liquor still in my cup. Get faded when I wake up. Cause everything is too much. So what? Woke up this morning with a bright idea. Maybe I can exist forever right here. Let it run. Yeah. Okay, well, I'ma be here for a while, longer than I did expect to. I was out of town, getting lost till I was rescued. Now I'm in the clouds, come down when I run out of jet fuel. But I never run out of jet fuel. Well, I'ma be here for a while, longer than I did expect to.
Another one of those lines, so hard to hear, man.
Till I was rescued. Now I'm in the clouds, come down when I run out of jet fuel. But I never run out of jet fuel. 120 on the car that I don't whip. I don't even put it up the driveway. Throwing up shots like I don't miss. Never put a limit on the high stakes. Try to pull my car till I'm go fish. You ain't gonna find a line in my face. I pick it up and let it go quick. They wanna get pussy. Yeah, I don't say nothing that I don't know. Jumping out the womb wearing polo. Everybody wanna jump in, but I'm old school. Lone wolf, take them on solo. Yeah. I don't need nobody. I don't need to be nobody. I'm just doing my thing. Kick it at the crib, I don't see nobody, no. So over there with that bullshit, we don't need it on this side. I'm pulling up in that new shit. You always whipping that dick ride. I demand
Oh my
no
gosh.
respect. I won't share my connect. No, let's get this clear. I am here. I don't care who got next. Young vet, feeling like they forget. I let it slide. This time, like 25 years I've been high and no less. Yes, shit I know I don't guess. Rather glow, I won't stress. Better say that shit with your chest. Okay, well I'ma be here for a while longer than I did expect to. I was out of town getting lost till I was rescued. Now I'm in the clouds, come down when I run out of jet fuel. But I never run out of jet fuel. Well, I'ma be here for a while longer than I did expect to. I was out of town, getting lost till I was rescued. Now I'm in the clouds, come down when I run out of jet fuel. But I never run out of jet fuel.
And he's got a lot of songs that are just a really great length for listening, you know? And they're all just beautiful to listen to. Oh my gosh, man. Like, what a great creative decision. This album is just a certified masterpiece. Man, it seems as far as the track goes that he's really just speaking about, it's like the most chill, braggadocious thing, kind of his career and success, just running on this jet fuel. Obviously, again, we get some kind of sad lines in there of this, been around longer than I've thought I would be, or I meant to, or whatever he was saying exactly. Okay, so Mac uses jet fuel as a metaphor for the drugs and alcohol used to deal with problems. Really? Okay. I didn't piece that part together. Drugs or alcohol have the effect of getting one high, similar to how a plane uses fuel to take off. Mac's essentially saying he's constantly buzzed with his head in the clouds because he never runs out of substance to abuse. Song contrasts come back to earth as Mac opts to remain in the sky and never come back down. Steve Lacy revealed in a July 2022 interview for Vulture, the song's beat was originally produced for Kendrick Lamar's Damn. He also elaborated on his relationship with Mac Miller. That beat actually came from a Kendrick Lamar session. Dahi and I were working on Damn. First day I came through to work on that record, we just made beats. He's so organized. He has all these different drum loops, he had that loop, and I did that groove, but Kendrick didn't use it. Dahi just collects stuff. I guess Mac was working on his record and he liked the beat that became Jet Fuel. Mac was one of the first big people to mess with me. He was just a rad spirit, bro. We spent a lot of time together. He wanted to make music and he liked some of my first ideas. I was like, dang, that's crazy. I was still going to school and stuff at the time. He was huge to a lot of my peers, but I didn't say anything. He loved my production and he'd always send me drums and we'd work together. That's awesome. So produced by Dahi, Steve Lacy, Mac Miller. Steve Lacy on guitar, beautiful thing. Jet fuel connects to the plane he's on the album cover properly, but please don't downvote this if that's obvious or if that's wrong. Evolved and improved so much. Is this the one? Jeez. Yeah, that starts, gosh, it feels like forever ago that this was the beginning of the song. So I was curious about this. So excerpt of Cuddy Ranks is sampled from his 1991 reggae hit, The Stopper. Translation from Jamaican patois to English. Stopper to every DJ. They have to talk to me proper. I come to the dance hall. I'm going to kill you with the lingua. Go on, Cuddy Ranks, 'cause you're full of stamina. Anywhere I go, Lord, it's roots and culture. I only praise one man. He's the Almighty. Jah, 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 probably meaning like Jehovah, gives me strength and he gives me the power. That's why Cuddy Rankin is full of stamina. Come to the dance hall, I'm going to kill you with the... He gives me stamina. I love that. All right. Let's move into track 12, the penultimate track. This is 2009. Big, loud orchestral. That sounds like The Godfather.
Well, I don't need to lie no more. Nowadays, all I do is shine, take a breath and ease my mind. And she don't cry no more. She tell me that I get her high, 'cause an angel's supposed to fly. And I ain't asking why no more. Oh no, I take it if it's mine. I don't stay inside the lines. It ain't 2009 no more. Yeah, I know what's behind that door. Yeah, okay, you gotta jump in to swim. Well, the light was dim and this light was sin. Now every day I wake up and breathe. I don't have it all, but that's alright with me. Take it nice and easy, took a flight to see me. Send you back home with a light that's beaming. The whole team about to figure it out. We ice cold, that's what winter about. And sometimes, I wish I took a simpler route. Instead of having demons that's as big as my house. Have a ball with it, dribble and bounce. 'Cause the party ain't over till they kicking me out. Yeah, isn't it funny? We can make a lot of money, buy a lot of things just to feel a lot of ugly. I was high and muddy, looking for what was looking for me. But I don't need to lie no more. Nowadays, all I do is shine, take a breath and ease my
Really
mind.
curious about what the kind of catalyst for this song is.
Tell me that I get her high, 'cause an angel's supposed to fly. I ain't asking why no more. Oh no, I take it if it's mine. I don't stay inside the lines. It ain't 2009 no more. Yeah, I know what's behind that door. Yeah, they ask me what I'm smiling for. Well, because I've never been this high before. It's like I never felt alive before. I'd rather have me peace of mind than war. You see me and you, we ain't that different. I struck the fuck out and then I came back swinging. Take my time to finish, mind my business. A life ain't a life till you live it. I was
Amen.
a hoe, big enough to bury my soul. Weight of the world, I gotta carry my own. With these arms, I can carry you home. I'm right here when you scared and alone, and I ain't never in a hurry. You don't never gotta worry, even when it's 7:30 and the time is running low. When your heart get cold, see what's behind all them unturned stones, and I'm a pro when it come to my job. But really, I'm just trying to start believing in God. Now when it gets hard, I don't panic, I don't sound the alarm, because I don't need to lie no more. Nowadays all I do is shine, take a breath and ease my mind, and she don't cry no more. She tell me that I get her high, cause an angel's supposed to fly. I ain't asking why no more. Oh no, I take it if it's mine, I don't stay inside the lines. It ain't 2009 no more. Yeah, I know what's behind that door. I don't need to lie no more. Nowadays all I do is shine, take a breath and ease my mind, and she don't cry no more. She tell me that I get her high, cause an angel's supposed to fly. I ain't asking why no more. Oh no, I take it if it's mine, I don't stay inside the lines. It ain't 2009 no more. Yeah, I know what's behind that door.
Man, like I said from the beginning, the songs are so well written. The lyrics are insightful and meaningful, but they're not overly complicated. I love it, man. It's just really digestible and thought-provoking. There's a few things I'm really curious, and this song makes me want to go play a beat with, make a beat with a xylophone. Okay. So the first thing I was curious about is this mention of Eric. Okay, this is the producer tag for Eric G, signaling his presence on the track. Eric samples the keys from Shantae Moore's Shantae's Got a Man. Okay, and then this reference to 2009. In 2009, Mac released his first two mixtapes under the name of Mac Miller, The High Life and The Jukebox, Prelude to Class Clown. With 2009 being the last year before the release of Mac's breakout mixtape, Kids, Mac was unsure of what the future held at the time. 4 studio albums later, Mac knows exactly what the game is all about. He may also be speaking on his personal struggle with drug addiction yet again. 2009, he disregarded the dangers involved with certain substances. Truly heartbreaking to know he was entirely aware of the dangers of overdosing before his passing. Yeah, and I love that line, don't need to lie no more. I'm curious how some of these commenters talk about it. At the commencement of his rap career, Mac Miller was a much different artist than the one we hear on Swimming. In those days, he received a lot of negative inner commentary and backlash associated with his frat rap style of artistry. I don't know what frat rap is. What is frat rap? Frat rap subgenre emerged in the late 2000s, characterized by laid-back, party-centric lyrics about college life, drinking, recreational drugs. Subgenre is predominantly created by white suburban artists catered to a college-age, predominantly white audience. Sonically, it usually features easygoing beats, straightforward rhyming schemes, catchy sing-song vocal hooks. Many tracks incorporate samples from 90s boom bap, pop rock, or electronic dance music. Subgenre was effectively kicked off by Asher Roth's 2009 hit single, I Love College. Okay. For example, Jordan Sargent infamously reviewed Blue Slide Park for Pitchfork in a very bad light, giving it a 1 out of 10 rating. Mac struggled specifically with accepting this review, among others, and went through changes as a result of the negativity cast on his image as an artist. This was a contributing factor to him to delving deeper into drug abuse, making a conscious effort to alter his approach to artistry and making music. Fast forward to 2018, Mac exhibits contentedness in his position at present through this lyric. He doesn't feel the need to lie about who he really is, or change to appease others anymore. He's reached a state of comfort in who he truly is. Man, that's such a beautiful thing. I remember for so much of my life, and ultimately for me, it was up until I surrendered my life to Christ. I had no idea who I was, man. And there came such a freedom in not having to live. The best way to say it is having this sense of self. And it wasn't just like, oh, I'm 100% happy with every single thing about me. In the sense that I knew there were things that I wanted to improve on. We should all know that throughout life, right? But there is a love for yourself, and that really unlocked the ability for me to begin changing and working on some things. I was incredibly impatient. I was a jerk. And yet a lot of that too, and a lot of the decisions of my life when I was younger came down to me not having a sense of self. And for me, it turned toward, man, okay, what can I do to walk in a way that feels pleasing to the Lord? And not in this like, the same thing with my kids, right? I think they want to live in a way that feels like, man, yeah, I'm honoring dad. And it's not in this like, I'm controlling and I'm going to be so upset if you don't do a certain thing, but in the way that I lead them, and as they watch my life and my behavior and how I go about dealing with different things in life, they see everything. And as they see that, it also molds them into how they deal with things. And I think some of those actions it creates this love and this respect and this honor that we share between one another. And they do want to live in such a way that they're like, yeah, that's not how my dad taught me, or that's not how my dad acts. And so in that same way for me, it was like, man, how do I live in a way that feels pleasing to the Lord? And those ultimately all led me in wonderful directions. Ephesians 4:29, let no unwholesome speech come from your mouth, but only that which is uplifting, that it might minister grace to those who hear. And as somebody who used my mouth to cut people down all the time, to talk about just disgusting stuff, and all of a sudden I was like, man, I want to use my words in a way that lifts others up, that builds them up and doesn't tear them down. And in the same sense, I knew that was honoring my Father, and it gave me joy and peace. And so in the same sense, of moving into this place of not trying to just fit in with everybody, which led me down a lot of really bad paths in my past. It's such a beautiful thing, man. And even down to simple things. Like one of my middle son the other day had made a comment about some workouts that he's getting ready to do for basketball. And he's going into 7th grade. And he was like, oh man, I don't want to do those because others are probably going to be able to lift more than me. And I said to him, man, you got to let go of that. I know there's that feeling in you. So I don't want to be embarrassed by my friends, and these other guys are probably going to do better than me and stuff. But I said, you got to let go of that, man. If you carry that mentality, you're never going to do anything in life. You're going to be so afraid of what everybody else thinks or how you appear to everybody. And that's a real fear, but you can't let that rule your life. But that comes from not having a super strong sense of self. It's like, okay, they can think whatever they want. Maybe they can lift more than me, but because they can, I'm not going to stop me from progressing and getting better and getting stronger. And I think so many times in life for so many things, because we don't have a strong sense of ourselves, we allow that to limit us, and we don't step out and do that thing or ask that question or go for that job or whatever it might be, try something new, because we're afraid of what others might think or, failure, whatever it might be. And so even that idea of, and I think in some people, they might define it as like living their truth, or just feeling you don't have to lie anymore, being sure of who you are while at the same time recognizing there are areas you want to grow in. So 2009, a reflective journey from the year before Mac's breakout mixtape is released to the present day. He speaks to the listener about the lessons he's learned, the wisdom he's gained throughout the track. Looks like Mac himself says, We have a couple other songs that never came out, but 2009 was the first one I actually got to be there to record with him. I don't know who it is that's speaking in this. Read more of this interview at DJ Booth. Let me just go look so we can clarify. Eric remembers Mac Miller and breaks down making of 2009. So this is written by... Where's the author? Where's the credit? Oh, okay, Eric. I'm sorry. Eric is the guy that worked on the track with him. Okay, that's who's speaking here. It was in Seattle when he was on tour. We had dinner at the Space Needle one night with him and Ariana and all the people on tour. Went to the studio for 2 nights in a row. The way he did this song, he did it so quickly. He works really fast and does a lot of stuff at all times. That's what's really crazy about working with him too, is that he will sit down and play piano. Then he'll play guitar, then he'll play bass, he'll play drums, everything. The studio we were at, they had a big audio room, and he just played drums in there all crazy and came back in the room and played piano. Just insane. I think a lot of people think he's just a rapper, which is fine, but he's multi-talented. I'm really glad I got that insight. It's just fluid. He just kind of exists going with it. Instead of overthinking anything, he just goes. That speaks a lot to people's talent too. Not even a second thought. He just always did. Right off his first thought and instinct. I did the whole beat. It was a sample chop that I had. I did all the drums, the bass, the piano, the chords. I did the whole thing. It's just a beat on my computer I had. So in Seattle at the studio, I was talking about... So we were in Seattle at the studio I was talking about. He was sober for a while at this point. He was looking all healthy and stuff. It was just me and him there, and I was kind of going through my own thing at the time, and I was asking him for advice. We just talked about that for hours, going in and outside, smoking cigarettes. He was like, play me some beats. First or second beat I played was that one. He just paced around the room for a little bit with the beat playing. Then he put it in Pro Tools. Then he paced around for a little bit, did the first whole half of the song in a pitch black booth with no phone or anything. I don't even know how he did it. And for it to be so meaningful, it's crazy that it just comes off the top of his head like that. He does the whole first half and he goes, oh, that was tight. Then he did the rest a little later, but he didn't write anything down or anything. Really crazy to watch. Wow, that's amazing. So yeah, produced by Eric G. Feel everything Mac is saying. The album came in a moment where I'm finding balance and positivity in my life. Thank you, Mac. That's awesome. Just love how Mac stays true to himself. It's all about the music in his life, no BS. Been listening to Mac since 2010. To hear this song reflect on life back then, man. Not even lying, the stuff's deep. Thank you, Mac, for this beautiful form of art you create. Oh, man. All right. Let's see how he chooses to close this project. This is track 13, titled So It Goes.
Yeah. Well, you could have the world in the palm of your hand, you still might drop it. And everybody wanna reach inside your pockets. I tell them red light, stop it. Shit, that give me more headaches than alcoholics. There was nothing in my wallet, just a lot of dreaming. I built a crib on top of the promised land, we'll call it even. I bring more flavor than all the seasons. Winter, spring, summer, fall. The grass is always greener till I cut it all. Please lead me to my studies. I give you no applause. My hand's been counting money and it's hard to be the boss, but somebody gotta do it.
It gets so exhausting.
Often with the bullshit, and baby I've been through it. Enough for the both of us, so come over later and we won't let no one close to us. We could be posted up. Yeah. Okay, well, you could have the world in the palm of your hand, you still might drop it. And everybody wanna reach inside your pocket, so it goes. It's like in every conversation we the topic. This narcissism more like narcotics, so it goes. Well, everybody gather round. I'm still standing, sit down. Whoa, oh. special delivery. Coming to you live with the endless artillery. Always down to rap. My eyes on the Enterprise. 9 lives, never die. Fuck a heaven, I'm still getting high. Never mind. Did I mention I'm fine? Cause her pussy getting wetter when the weather dry. Clementine peeling off and everyone get left behind. I'm only 5'7", except I'm feeling like I'm 7'5". Damn it, cross planets, interstellar, Neverland. Not a Jackson packed with action, so what's happening, my man? No relaxing, kicking back, just ain't exactly in the plan. I can't get no satisfaction, goddamn. They saying I've been gone too long. I could just tell them fuck you, but that come on too strong. My God, it go on and on, just like a circle I go back where I'm from. Will everybody gather round? I'm still standing, sit down. Whoa, oh. And I know I've been down.
I love this as kind of like a statement right here. The end of the album, like he knows he just brought us something great. Man, what a triumphant album. And I love, so it's a little bit of a braggadocious track, but it's almost the kind of thing you'd open an album with. Like, I've been gone a while. What do you say? I've been out. Now I'm back in town. I'll show you the ropes. So it goes. And then what he said, I'm still standing, so everybody sit down. So it sounds like the kind of thing you would intro with. But I think he knows, like, he put together something really great. And so to close with this is like, here's what I just gave you. I know I've been gone a while, but here I am. I just showed you the ropes. I'm still here. Everybody else can sit down. And then closing with that kind of like instrumental, spacey type. It's just a great like landing, even though it feels like it's pushing you further out. All those things like that are always reminiscent to me of kind of toward the ending of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Okay. The haunting final song on Swimming heavily features the phrase, "So it goes," a line from Kurt Vonnegut's novel Slaughterhouse-Five. Vonnegut uses this phrase every time a death occurs. Like a majority of the album, the song has a bouncy, melancholic feel, layered with woozy synths and layered sing-song vocals. Song is featured in Mac's last Instagram story before he died from a drug overdose on September 7, 2018. In a final tweet that was later deleted on the night of Mac Miller's tragic death, Mac described the track So It Goes as, "The end of So It Goes is so beautiful, man. I told John Brion to play the Ascension to Heaven and he nailed it." Yeah, 100%, it's what I felt. Drew's That Dude said, when asked on Discord how he ended up providing additional vocals for So It Goes, Drews said, "When I was living in LA, Mac had hit me to pull up to his crib. He was putting last minute touches on the album. So really, just right place, right time, for real." Drew's That Dude produced Mac's 2010 track, Face in the Crowd, from his breakthrough mixtape. Wow. So crazy for him to kind of come onto this last track when he also helped produce one of the things that broke out, caused Mac to break out. Produced by Mac Miller and John Brion. Looks like maybe we have a music video for it. This comment says, Mac Miller was one of the greatest artists of our generation. This album is an absolute masterpiece. It's ethereally beautiful, and the juxtaposition in this fantastic album between the dark, light, happiness, depression, good, evil, sober, inebriated, drowning, swimming, feet on the ground, head in the sky, highlight the internal battle he was having with his soul. It says, I wasn't a fan of Mac Miller's music until I checked this album out after I read about his death. Truly a shame to lose any young man or woman to drugs. This is a gigantic loss for artistry and musical progression. I agree. I was curious about this mention. Jackson, Neverland, not a Jackson, packed with action. A reference to the late pop icon Michael Jackson, his former place of residence, Neverland Ranch. Oh, cool. Cross Planets Interstellar is likely another reference to the novel Slaughterhouse-Five. In this book, the main character lives in an alternate reality, traveling through time and space, which parallels themes on this album. And then obviously he had the I can't get no satisfaction. How does that go? Something like that. Matt crafts a reference to iconic 1965 track from the Rolling Stones, I Can't Get No Satisfaction, to describe his displeasure with his way of life. All right. Let's talk some closing comments. I mean, obviously just an absolutely triumphant album. It's beautiful. The beats and music within it just have such a great blend of electronic and live. Mac's vocals really surprised me. I thought he did a wonderful job. So many of the tracks are so bouncy, especially the ones that are like danceable. So good. The whole album's so thought-provoking, and he's a great lyricist. So you guys let me know. It sounds like he does write all, if not the majority, of his songs. It was cool to learn that he's also a multi-instrumentalist. So just one incredibly talented individual. Share the same sentiment with everybody else. It's so sad to lose somebody like that. Talent aside, it's sad to lose a person, but so sad too, because I think that he did have just so much to offer people. Thankfully, his legacy does live on through his music and is still helping people. So let me know your thoughts on the album. We'll work to get the music videos and live performances and interviews and things like that up over on Patreon. So you can feel free to check that out. We have hundreds of hours of additional content from dozens of artists already, and it's growing every week. With the content we put over there is the best way to support this channel, and we're building a really great community over there. So feel free to check it out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Look forward to having a conversation with you there. And now I'm glad I get to listen to this whenever I want. Thanks again to the Patreon community for putting this one forward. Hope to see you in the next one. You're eating good.